Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you all guys are fine and doing well. Today's topic of the video is how America became a superpower. So let's get it started with the story. America became a superpower. The modern United States is the most powerful country in human history with more than 850 military bases and 38% of global military spending. The United States has become the leader of a vastly interconnected global system that has helped usher in an era of unprecedented prosperity and low levels of conflict. To understand America's position in the world and why it is so important toward politics as we know it, you have to go back to the founding of the country when America was not a global power in any sense of the word. Early Americans were deeply divided as to whether the country should move beyond the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans. This became a major debate after the Civil War, when some leaders, such as the post-war Secretary of State Seward, argued that US should be pushed to become a global power. The Industrial Revolution led to explosive economic growth, and a larger American economy required a more centralized state and bureaucracy to manage the growing economy. Power became concentrated in the federal government, making it easier for expansionist presidents such as William McKinley to unilaterally push United States influence abroad. The turning point came in 1898 when President McKinley dragged the country into a war with Spain on the island of Cuba despite intense opposition. Rising America easily defeated the dying Spanish Empire, acquiring Puerto Rico, Guam, and the Philippines in the process. Over the next 2 years, the US would occupy the Kingdom of Hawaii, Wake Island, and American Samoa. A few years later, the US took control of the Panama Canal Zone 1903 and sent troops to occupy the Dominican Republic 1916. It also purchased the US Virgin Islands 1917. Not only was American intervention a decisive factor in the end of the war, but President Wilson participated in the Paris Peace Conference, which ended the war and attempted to set the terms of the peace. He led America's most ambitious foreign policy initiative to date, an international organization called the League of Nations designed to promote peace and cooperation globally. It is also served as a forum in which the international community could weigh disputes and help resolve them. But while the United Nations is the most famous of the post-war institutions, it is not only the one. 730 delegates from all 44 allies came together in a small holiday home in New Hampshire. By creating these institutions, the United States committed itself to becoming deeply involved in the problems of the world. World War II drew allies from the Democratic West and the Communist East in the fight against Hitler, but it didn't last. America became a superpower. The United States saw Soviet expansion in Eastern Europe and elsewhere as a direct threat to its vision of a free trade world. Globally, the US is committed to a strategy called containment, so-called because it was intended to stop the spread of communism everywhere in the world. The US began intervening in dozens of countries, often covertly, to contain Soviet influence. During the Cold War, America intervened in hundreds of disputes around the world, ending with a complex cluster of alliances, tensions, and ties in basically every corner of the earth. Washington's support for countries such as Israel and Japan remained intact, apparently as a means of preventing war in those regions. The system is still in place today, and since the Cold War, no major American politician has seriously called for their abolishment, except perhaps for Donald Trump. Trump has said contradictory things about these commitments, but he has consistently argued that US allies are not paying the US enough for its security and questioned the value of free trade. This puts NATO and even the World Trade Organization in question. At some point, we have to say, that we are better off if Japan defends itself against this madman in North Korea. Are we better off if South Korea is going to start protecting itself and Saudi Arabia? Absolutely. It's a sharp deviation from the consensus that has dominated US foreign policy since 1945 and closer to some of the isolationism that came before it. So will President Trump act on some of candidate Trump's ideas and reverse decades of institution buildings and alliances? America became a superpower. We'll find out very soon. So, this is the brief history that how America became a superpower. I hope you like the video because that's it for today. If you like the video, give it a big thumbs up. Let us know your precious opinion in the comment section. That's it for today. Subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for more amazing and informative content. Thanks for watching.